How difficult is it to open a bank account in the US as an international student? What is this credit score that everyone keeps talking about? How do I build my credit history as a student in the US? If you are someone who's moving to the US, then I'm sure you've asked these questions too. So don't worry, because in today's video, I will help you get started with your financial life in the US on the right foot. We will discuss rules for opening a bank account as an international student, required documentation, factors to consider when choosing the right bank, names of some reliable banks, how you can build an above average credit score, top credit card for international students that's not sponsored, tips to manage your financial health as an F1 visa holder, and common credit card scams. Hi everyone, I am Priya from It's OKR and welcome back to our channel. And if you're new today, It's OKR is a content platform for South Asian immigrants and we aim to educate, entertain and empower them. Getting a bank account early on simplifies financial transactions like paying rent, eating out, receiving or transferring money and managing daily expenses. More than this, it establishes your financial footprint in the country. Let's first look at the rules and documentations for opening a bank account on an F1 visa. Note that all F1 students are generally eligible to open a bank account in the US. No federal regulations prohibit non-US citizens, including international students, from opening bank accounts. You will need to be physically present at the bank to complete your KYC process. Now remember to carry these list of documents with you. 1. Your passport with your F1 visa. 2. Your I-20 form issued by your educational institution to confirm your enrollment as an international student. 3. Your proof of residency in the US, even a lease agreement, a utility bill or the letter from the student housing confirming your address should be okay. Be prepared to collect a letter from your university if you reside on campus. 4. A secondary ID. This can be your student ID, driver's license or government issued IDs. If you have a social security number, then the process may be easier. If not, then these are the documents enough to open a bank account. Chances are you won't have one early on. In case you're wondering why some banks prefer SSNs, here's why. It acts as a unique identifier in identity verifications and helps bank conduct background checks. SSN allows banks to check your credit history. This is important for opening credit accounts or acquiring loans. It helps banks comply with tax laws and anti-fraud regulations as well. So consider this as a mix of your Aadhaar card or your PAN card back home. The SSN is primarily used for tracking individual earnings and managing social security benefits. Remember that the chances are you don't have an SSN unless you're authorized to work in the US as an international student. So you are only eligible to get an SSN via these 4 ways. Number 1, on-campus employment. Number 2, curricular practical training or CPT. Number 3, optional practical training or OPT. Number 4, authorized off-campus employment. You will be relieved to know that the document requirements remain more or less the same across most US banks, but you still need to look into different factors before choosing the right bank as an international student on an F1 visa. The last thing you want is a low monthly withdrawal limit or an ATM withdrawal fee each time you decide to draw some cash. Also, as a student, you don't want to be paying monthly maintenance or convenience fee on your bank account. Keeping this in mind, please take a look at these following parameters. Number 1, monthly maintenance, convenience and service charges. Number 2, ATM withdrawal fees. These charges are for using the ATM not affiliated with the bank. Number 3, loan interest rates, the extra cost you pay on borrowed money. Number 4, withdrawal limit. Number 5, limitations for minimum balance. Number 6, fees for money transfers locally and internationally. You won't believe, but there are occasions when these banks will charge money even for incoming transfers. Number 7, features on the bank's mobile application. Look for banking apps that help you pay your bill, mobile deposits and budget tools. Number 8, customer service accessibility. Look for banks with 24/7 customer service. Number 9, currency conversion rates. Number 10, payment rewards. These are cashback or points that can be redeemed for goods or services after you've spent your money. Number 11, international student friendliness. Number 12, number of branches around your university or place of residence. Personally, I have seen a few banks that steal the limelight for my friends who've come from India to study in the US. While some of these don't charge monthly maintenance fees, others have great online banking to manage monthly budgets and quickly send and receive money to friends and family. Most importantly, these banks have sufficient branches around the universities to help students as well. To be honest, India's financial system or the fintech industry is much more advanced. The US doesn't have UPI. There are some apps like Zelle, Venmo, and PayPal, but honestly, our UPI is far advanced in that case. You can also look at neobanks, also called digital banks, which let you open and manage your bank account entirely online. There is no need to visit a physical branch. Have a look at Revolut, N26, and Varo, and please note that these are not sponsored or paid. Let's now look into how to build a credit as an international student on an F1 visa. For many Indians, the concept of building a credit history is relatively new. Well, we can't blame our old school Desi families. After all, they gave us a great education and quality of life without dealing with the complication of credit history. But it's different in the US. Our financial systems operate completely differently, and the emphasis on credit history is very important in the US. When you are in the US, a good credit score is almost as essential as your academic grades, affecting everything from renting an apartment to buying a car or even getting a cell phone plan. Based on my experience and journey, here are some simple strategies to build your credit score. First, try acquiring a secured credit card. Secured credit cards are backed by a cash deposit you can make upfront. In this case, your deposit, also called collateral, equals your credit limit. Since your cash deposit minimizes the risk for the issuer, it's much easier to obtain this type of credit card. Each time you clear the pending dues, your bank reports this activity to the credit bureau. Secondly, simply clearing your dues isn't enough. You need to do this on time. Sorting your dues before the due date shows that you are responsible. This is an indicator that you are a worthy candidate for a loan. Moreover, you want to anyway pay your credit card bills on time, otherwise unnecessary burdens of interest charges can pile up. Pro tip, always pay the statement balance. Your credit card company may tell you that you can pay the minimum amount that is due, but never fall for that. Your debt will keep piling up if you only pay the minimum amount each month, and that's how people go bankrupt in the US. Also, I recommend you use less than 30% of your credit card limit each month. Higher utilization means you're a high risk borrower, and this creates an opportunity for a negative hit on your credit score. Lastly, understand what a good credit score is. In the US, credit scores range from 300 to 850. The score is determined by factors like your payment history, amount owed, length of credit history, new credit, types of credit used. A higher score makes you more attractive to lenders and landlords because it means you're a low risk borrower. You can check your credit scores through several free services online or even directly through your bank or your credit card provider. What about credit cards without SSN? It would help if you remembered that it's almost impossible to acquire a traditional credit card without an SSN. Instead, you can apply for an ITIN. We've created a whole video on how to apply for an ITIN, and you can access the link in the description box. If you watched this video so far, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you watch that ITIN video, you can apply before you're filing for your taxes in April. That's a pro tip as well. Also, certain student credit cards are available without an SSN. Companies like Zolve are providing credit cards to international students as soon as they land in the US, allowing them to start building credit immediately. This isn't a paid partnership, so these are all recommendations based on our research. We've also gathered a list of top credit cards for international students. Number 1 is the Deserve EDU MasterCard for students. It's designed for students and offers 1% cashback on all purchases and has no annual fee. Number 2 is the Journey Student Rewards from Capital One. It also provides 1% cashback on all purchases and increases to 1.25% each month you pay on time. Also, no annual fees. Number 3 is Bank of America Travel Reward Credit Card for students. It offers 1.5% per dollar spent on all purchases. Even better, you're charged no annual fee and foreign transaction fee. Number 4 is the Tomo credit card. This one's convenient to get for international students and needs no form of prior history or SSN. In the case of documents, keep your passport, F1 visa, proof of residence in the US, and a US bank account statement handy. And yes, new age companies like Deserve and Tomo Credit, Zolve are offering credit cards before you take off from India. Basically, you can now get your credit card ready before you land in the States or as soon as you land in the States. Now let's look at some of the suggestions for maintaining financial health. Create a monthly budget with your categories to track your expenses on rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, entertainment, and savings. Try using YNAB. You need a budget. Monitor your bank and credit card statements to ensure there aren't any unauthorized transactions. Set up alerts for low account balance and large transactions. Understand any potential fees for ATM withdrawals, international transactions, or failing to maintain a minimum balance. Pay your bills on time to avoid late fees, interest charges, and having a poor credit history. Be careful of financial scams. There are phishing scams, fake job offers requesting your personal and banking information, IRS or government impersonation scams, rental scams, and even tuition fee scams. You want to be extremely aware of the fraudulent activity related to your bank account and credit cards. If something is looking too good to be true, it's definitely a scam. I'd like to close by saying that use your bank account and credit responsibly. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're looking to choose a credit card or if you've built your credit history successfully, leave that in comments. Let us know what kind of video we should create. We would love to hear from you. And if things aren't going your way, remember, it's okay, and they will eventually turn around. This is Priya signing off. Until next time, have a wonderful day.